My name is William Gardner. I work at Second Chance. My job down there is recycling, all the wiring and copper and things like that separated. Everything in this building is about Second Chance, things that we sell to the people that work here. I was incarcerated at the age of 16 in 1968. I came home from prison in 2015. 47 years, 7 months, and 1 day. I had caught a murder charge when I was 16. One of the hardest things that I had to come to terms with was understanding exactly what I'd done. The most important things to me right now is family. I got kids, grandkids, got great-grandkids. I love my family. And if I lost one of my family members to a violent crime, I understand how people feel. All I can try to do is keep going forward and maybe keep someone from following the path that I took.
My name is Stanley Mitchell. Just turned 70 in July. I'm living in Southern Maryland, Waldorf, with my wife and stepdaughter, but she's away at Virginia State. I was charged with felony murder. It was the state's position at trial that I drove the car that was involved in a homicide of an individual. I was found guilty, and I was sentenced to life plus 18 years. I always had comfort that I know that I didn't do it, so I literally thought that the truth would come out, but that didn't happen, so. At the time that I was sentenced, you were eligible for parole after 15 years. If I wasn't in prison, I wasn't gonna do nothing that was gonna keep me there any longer than I had to be, and everything that was available, I took. College, NA, AA, everything that you could possibly get, I took. Based on their guidelines, I felt as though that I earned my freedom.
In 1995, Governor Glendening ushered in his Life Means Absolute Life policy. He injected politics into the parole process in Maryland, and he's lobbied the legislature to legislate the governor out of the parole process.
My statement in 1995, a life sentence means life, was wrong. It was completely wrong. I made a mistake. The policy must be changed, and must be changed legislatively.
Since we do actually have the penalty of life with the possibility of parole, then I think as a society it is up to us to make sure that we follow with what the legislature and the statute actually says, which means there has to be the ability for the parole.
The older I got, the more stressful it became. I wasn't no spring chicken, I had health issues. And I'm watching a lot of my peers just, one day they're there and the next day they're deceased, and I'm thinking, am I gonna be one of the lucky ones that just die in my sleep? Or I'm gonna be one of the ones that are dead mentally?
I had been up for parole 17 times. I was considered a model inmate. I was on work release in the 80s. Here it is 2000 and something, and I'm still incarcerated. Everybody's man is treated like they got life without parole. I feel like if it wasn't for the Ungers, I'll still be in there. I'll still be in there, they still be telling me be patient, stay out of trouble.
My name is Greg Bernstein. From 2011 to 2014, I was the state's attorney for the city of Baltimore. The court held that defendants who had been sentenced back in the early 70s as a result of an erroneous jury instruction were allowed to obtain a new trial because of that error. We, in effect, became the parole commission. These are difficult cases. They bring up a lot of painful memories, so we had to take that all into account. But ultimately, we felt that given the passage of time and the length of sentence, there wasn't much to be gained from a societal standpoint in trying to prosecute these individuals again.
At the time of their release, their average age was 64. What many people don't realize is nationally, people over 50 have a very low recidivism rate. The Ungers are a special population who's given us a unique real-life case study that individuals who were considered to be the most violent and the worst of the worst can and do change, can successfully come home and be a benefit to the families and communities that they're going back to.
And there's also a cost-benefit analysis here. As these inmates get older, it costs much more to house them, to give them medical care, things of that nature. And you start to think about how can we better spend those resources in a way that rehabilitates them, provides them services on the outside to become more productive members of society.
We have a criminal justice system in place where someone is found guilty and sentenced, and that's appropriate. But the next piece is also important, is to look at who are they now after they've served their time. Think about your own family, think about your own children, and how would you want them treated by the criminal justice system? I think it's important as a society that we do view each individual as an individual and as a human, and not define them by what they did when they were younger.
When you get the opportunity that you can come home, you make the best of it. I wasn't out here 2 weeks and I had a job. I enjoy working down here. A lot of people, different people. You feel welcome in spite of your past. I lost my latter teens, all my 20s, all my 30s, all my 40s, all my 50s, and they was working on my 60s. I wasted a lot of years being incarcerated like that. I like my life to mean a little more than that. I don't want to be known for the guy done 40 years, 47 years in prison. I want to be known for someone who made a difference.
With Stanley being home, he has done so much. He's an amazing man, and I'm happy to call him my husband.
I have a short window to finally put whatever talents God gave me to good use. You know, trying to show my appreciation of the fact that I got second chance. I have obligations to not only my wife, but a lot of people have invested time, money, and energy in my success.
They said that we were high risk, danger to society, and we're proving them wrong for every day and every month to go by. They look at them guys in there as being a risk, but actually they can be an asset.
It serves no useful purpose to continue to incarcerate these individuals. And I think that they will bring some to the table. I think there's other individuals that they get out there, hit the ground running, doing what they can to show that you didn't make a mistake by giving them a second opportunity.